this right hand grip deep on the lapel on that side. He's essentially controlling as if he had the proper seatbelt because he has that grip so deep. So he's able to utilize that left hand to open up the choke and keep Wellison busy to make room for the hooks. And now you see him, he has one hook in. He's going to continue to threaten the choke with his left hand as he looks for that left hook. And you see Wellison now is dipping his body to the left side. Hard as he can, trying to keep his elbow tucked in and then looking for an opportunity to roll. But look at this. This is what I'm talking about. The seatbelt now with the gift wrap. And now looking for the choke.
Towson gets that grip high. It looks like he's going to try to get his left arm underneath the chin from there after making the grip.
And there's the second hook. That'll be 4 points for Towson Soares.
Right after he got his point, switch to that body triangle.
And that's a classic move by high-level competitors. You do not score in the IBJJF rule set from the body triangle by itself. You must have both hooks in for 3 seconds. You get the 4 points, then switch to the body triangle. And now, in the body triangle, Towson needs to keep attacking, because if you stay in the body triangle and you don't attack, that is how you get a stalling penalty from the back.
Wellison did a good job fighting the grips there, but Towson right back into that hand fighting, trying to get his hand deep in the collar. Has a really high finishing rate from the back. And like we mentioned earlier, great control from here too, so he doesn't often lose this position.
And this is what's great, is that he has plenty of time to work. If you're Towson Soares, that's great. He's able to maintain this position, and Wellison is going to keep on trying to correct his hips. Right now, the leg being in between his legs making it a little bit more difficult for him to rotate, because Towson is able to flex his foot, you can see it right there, against the opposite side leg and keep his body, essentially keep Wellison's back on his chest. Frees up Towson's ability to use his arms more freely.
Towson representing Art of Jiu-Jitsu. Wellison Fernandez is representing Six Blades Jiu-Jitsu. Art of Jiu-Jitsu has quite a few competitors on this Sunday here at the Pan Ams, Jake.
Yeah, they do. They're continuing to grow competitors from an early age into world-class black belts, and you're seeing one of their representatives here doing work in the quarterfinal.
I believe they have 5 female finalists at the black belt level.
That's insane.
Now Towson looks like he could be switching to the arm. Has that Kimura grip on Wellison's right arm. See if he takes off the body triangle to try to attack it.
Looks like he's being very patient, trying to set up the opportunity best he can. Doesn't want to lose the back control, and going for this arm bar, he would be taking that risk. Good patience from Wellison getting out of that position, and now back into the guard, into the single leg X. Very impressive.
They really did a good job hand fighting from the back, preventing Towson from getting any deep grips in his collar or a really tight seatbelt control. I think that helped him escape the position.
Well, when you have somebody like Towson Soares on your back, you cannot afford to give any openings, and you need to continually look for that one opening to get out. Really, that's what it is. You're not in a position to where you can make any mistakes. And we saw Wellison bide his time, remain very patient. And the moment that he had the ability to get out, which, again, that opportunity is not always going to be there, he took it, and now he finds himself back in the match. Now looking for the single leg X with the spider. Possibly going to look to stomp down that left foot from the bend of the elbow so he can sweep Towson. to his left side.
About 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in this Roosterweight quarterfinal. Talson Suarez leading this match 6-0 over Wellison Fernandez.
Wellison trying to get up on a single leg. Perhaps a little bit too far away, easily stuffed. In this situation, this slow pace favors Talson Suarez, having the comfortable lead that he does.
Wellison looks like he has control of Talson's pant leg with his right arm. And looks like he's trying to sit into the butterfly guard. There he goes, gets his right hook inside.
Talson going to the side, but look at this, up, possibly on a double, on the edge of the mat. And that was a good look at a double leg, perhaps a little bit too close to the edge of the mat for comfort. But as we wind down in this match, now it is a 10-minute match. It's a lot of time to work. As we wind down in this match, it's going to be on Wellison to really pick up the intensity and open up. Double sit.
Talson gets 2 points for a really well-timed ankle pick.
Very good timing by Talson Suarez. Faked me out. I thought it was a double sit.
Something that Professor Guy Mendez was an absolute master at. Very cool to see Talson use that technique.
Talson staying disciplined with his base. Trying to move one way and the other. Wellison trying to utilize his lasso, but the grip is even caught. What an interesting passing sequence by Talson Suarez.
Good recovery by Wellison. And that's going to do it. Talson Suarez is going to move on in this black belt Roosterweight division. He'll advance to the semifinals here at the 2024 Pans.
What a performance. Calm, cool, and collected, and was able to generate a lot of points. That last passing sequence is just a patient way for him to secure the victory. Great effort by Wellison to continue.
Very well-rounded performance by Talson, too. He got a sweep, took the back, and got a takedown.
Displayed all the weapons here in the quarterfinal, moving on to the semifinals. Moving on to the black belt Roosterweight division. Another quarterfinal.
Got another Roosterweight quarterfinal coming up. Winky Che taking on Mateus Azencott. Mateus in the blue gi representing Aries Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Winky in the white gi representing Beast, Winky BJJ.
Classic double sleeve guard.
Mateus trying to pass to the outside. Good look at a Toriando there for a moment.
For a moment, Wanky Shea transitioning to the collar and sleeve.
You can see in Mateus' corner, he has the great Queixinho coaching him. Always has some great athletes that he brings to these major championships. Now Mateus in the closed guard of Che.
So far, Azenkot taking a very measured approach to passing his guard, even allowing the closed guard to happen. I think one thing that's important to take into consideration with these black belt matches is that 10 minutes is a long time. And oftentimes these competitors will spend the first 5 minutes with a little bit of a slower pace so that they can preserve A, their energy, and B, I would even say, try to wait out and feel out their competitor and see what they feel like, what their tendencies are, how they react to certain stimulus. Here we see Wanky Shea with a omoplata. See if he utilizes position to sweep. Omoplata, a very difficult submission to conventionally finish at the highest level.
Yeah, a lot of times you'll see competitors switch to triangles or they go for the sweep from this position, but very effective position with a lot of different attack options available to
A lot of competitors nowadays are doing what many people are calling double trouble. And in both gi and no gi, people are utilizing the omoplata attack to set up leg attacks. It's very interesting that people have been opting to do that. We'll see if Wanky Shea either transitions to a sweep or maybe attacks the legs. And he's going to utilize that to sweep, maybe for a moment. See if Azenkot takes the opportunity to get those 2 points back. He's still deep in this omoplata, at least it looks like. Hard to tell from our angle.
Pretty interesting position here, Jake.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It almost looked as though Azenkot was going to look for an armbar off that weird angle when Wanky Shea stuck his right arm all the way through. But now Azenkot on top, trying to pressure the guard one more time.
Now Wanky using that left lapel of Mateus, wrapping his foot up.
Now the lapel. One thing I'm liking is that I'm seeing Wanky Shea utilize a lot of different options. He's not staying married to one idea. He's trying to mix it up. And I think that's going to make it difficult for Mateus to continue to pass the guard, and he's going to make him think a lot more. He's going to need to be more cautious on the way in.
Now Mateus looks like he's trying to back away. A lot of times you'll see competitors try to pass in the opposite direction of the lapel control. In this case, Mateus is right. See if he stands up and tries to move in that direction. Mateus back up to his feet. Now working some shin to shin. Now Winky reaches under the leg, passes the lapel to his left hand, it looks like. And I think that's going to give him a better chance to sweep now.
Yeah, as he increases this wrap, Danny, and he feeds it underneath, now he's going to look to put his right hip. Look, he's going to put his right hip on the left side. He's going to look to take him over to his left. You see how he's got his right knee over the right knee of Azenkot? If he's able to continue to beat that angle to the side, then he's going to be able to get up and get this sweep, and it's going to end up in a position where he could even potentially mount. It's a very strong position. Azenkot knows that, though, using that left foot as a brace. Takes him over, and he gets up, and what did I say? Right here, lands almost directly into the mount. On top in a very tight position.
That was close. Good job by Mateus getting his leg free. Almost into the X guard now. But that looked like he was nearly in the mount position, Jake.
But great job by Azenkot getting his feet back in the middle, implementing this X guard. He's going to look to push. Now he gets his right foot on there, back in the single leg X position. He'll utilize this to potentially sweep, get back on top. Beautiful work from Azenkot. Still down by one advantage, 2 minutes, 18 seconds to go. Now it's on Winky Shea to preserve this lead. One advantage for Azenkot puts him at a deficit.
Interesting to note, though, that Winky Shea does have one penalty. So should he get another penalty, Azenkot will be awarded an advantage, and he'll take the lead.
So he needs to stay active. Can't afford to get called for stalling. Having your foot wrapped up in the lapel is one way to perhaps make a referee look at you a little more like you're stalling. But we saw him very aggressive with that option, nearly landing in the mount earlier. Just perhaps a solid, one or two solid transitions grip-wise away from 4 points in that situation, but he does get that penalty.
So as we mentioned, that penalty is going to put Mateus in the lead. Tied on advantages, but Winky Shea has 2 penalties to Mateus' 0.
And only 1 minute remaining. Not a lot of time. Needs just an advantage.
Has shown some good sweeping ability in this match so far, but now the time is running out. He's going to have to take a bit more risk. Great work by Mateus, trying to pass to the north-south position.
It's not going to be enough to get an advantage. But Winky Shea nearly throws up a triangle there at the very end.
Now just 10 seconds left. If Mateus is able to stay on top, he's going to advance to the semifinal here at the Pans in the Roosterweight division. And that's going to do it. Mateus Azenkot of Aries Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu advances to the semifinal of the Roosterweight division here at the 2024 Pans.
And Winky Shea gets another penalty after the match, perhaps for talking to the referee. And it was a great performance by both athletes. Winky Shea set up that lapel guard over the course of a couple of minutes.
Mateus Azenkot moves on. He's going to face Taliesin Suarez in the next round of the Roosterweight division. Let's take a look at a replay, Jake.
So this was a pretty evenly contested match. This was a giant opportunity, though, for Wenki. Lands, almost puts his knee down to secure the mount position. Had a tight opportunity to pass the guard, but Mateusz Azenkot got back to his guard, got those 2 points back, was still down, and then it was actually the inactivity of Wenki that caused him to lose the match, Danny. We talked about it. He cannot afford a stalling penalty and incurred not just one penalty, but also a penalty after the match to put him in an extreme deficit. But coming up next, Diego Pато versus Arizona native Kevin Carrasco, another Aries representative, taking on another Art of Jiu-Jitsu representative.
Diego Pато, two-time world champion, also a 2021 Pan champion. Looking for his second gold medal as a black belt here at the Pans.
One of Arizona's premier black belt competitors, Kevin Carrasco, shown there, and that man, Diego Pато, one of the most prolific competitors, gi or no gi, in the entire world. Dangerous in any rule set. Looking to make another statement here at the Pan Championship. Big opportunity for Kevin Carrasco. I would imagine on paper the underdog coming into this one. But there's one thing we know about Kevin. We've had the opportunity to talk to Kevin in Arizona. Me being an Arizona native, he's a very confident competitor. Always believes he has everything it takes to go out there and get it done. We'll see if that confidence holds true against Diego Pато.
Pато, as we mentioned, won this event in 2021, actually took second last year, losing a very close final to Diogo Reis.
Here we go. That's going to be one advantage for Kevin Carrasco. On the double guard pole, whichever competitor comes up first is awarded an advantage in the IBJJF rule set.
Pато looks like he's going after an omoplata.
Kevin really putting pressure early to pass the guard of Diego Pато. He's met with a lasso.
Diego Pато actually threw his name in the hat for the open class. Had 2 matches in the open class yesterday. Won his first against a much, much heavier opponent. Lost his second to Marcus Scooby, who's actually in the open class final. Who's an ultra heavyweight, so very fun to watch Pато compete in the open class. Not something we've seen very often at black belt. Pато going for that omoplata now.
Tough spot for Kevin Carrasco. Forced to retreat to his back.
Really good position here for Diego Pато. We'll see if he tries to come up and get the sweep or turn this into a submission. Almost looked like he was going to go for an arm lock.
I imagine that might be what he's looking for, Danny. He was keeping that right hand, the lasso hand that he used to sweep, very deep in his pocket, so that he could try to maybe turn it into an arm bar, depending on Kevin's reaction. Kevin remaining aware of it, back in the guard passing position. Needs to be careful to not let his elbows be forced out by Diego Pато. That omoplata is very quick.
Looked like Diego was trying to set that up earlier in the match and then found his opening. But like we talked about, Kevin was able to get his back flat to the mat, free his elbow, and come back up on top. So still no score in this light featherweight quarterfinal here at the 2024 Pans. Diego Pато on bottom, representing Art of Jiu-Jitsu. He's in the white gi. Kevin Carrasco is on top. He's representing Aries Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He is in the blue gi.
Very interesting move by Kevin to put his foot from this kneeling position on the armpit of Diego Pато to break that grip.
Now Pato rolling underneath. Comes up on top. 2 points for Diego Pato.
Smart of Diego Pato to control that near side sleeve as well to open up that near side underhook. Kevin covers it, but he needs to get that grip back and secure either a wrap on the foot or he needs to underhook it. But do you see how Diego is controlling it with the left hand so he can make room for that right hand underhook? He's trying to drive his right knee to the ground and begin to get tight.
And with that right knee on the mat, it makes it much harder to sweep from that position. Is that correct, Jake?
Absolutely. A lot of people traditionally think of the single leg X guard as something you got a long step from or you have to go around in some sort of a way, but Diego Pato actually taking care of the footlock side and looking to pass tight right off the bat.
Now looking to pass tight from the De La Hiva. Kevin still controlling that pan grip, resetting the position, and back into the close guard.
Only a margin of 2 points separates Diego Pato and Kevin Carrasco here with about 5 minutes, 44 seconds left. Breaking open the close guard with that knee in the middle. Now working to pass that near side. Kevin giving up this underhook on the near side. He needs to be careful not to give up both underhooks.
Good position here from Pato. He's gonna try to free that left knee. Has a great grip with his left hand. Walking his left foot up. Could hear his coach calling for the Katagatame. The head and arm choke. Pato keeping his head on the mat, keeping Kevin's right arm trapped. If he transitions to the mount, there he goes to the three-quarter mount.
The right arm of Kevin Carrasco being on the back here. He needs to make sure that his arm doesn't get taken up too high because it's going to turn into a double underhook situation. It's going to make it much more difficult for him to stop this three-quarter mount.
It's very cool to hear the coaching of his professor Guy Mendez and Pato follow it step by step in real time. Keeping his head planted to the mat, controlling that arm. He's going to try and get that elbow even higher.
Kevin working to recover. This would be a big moment for Kevin Carrasco if he's able to stop this guard pass.
Pato takes that right leg out. Kevin tries to get up. Good scramble by Kevin Carrasco.
That's an
advantage. Looked to be in some danger there, Jake.
He absolutely did. It took a big explosion for him to get out of that situation. But look, Diego Pato now not letting up the pressure. Has the right hand fed with the lapel on the underhook.
Now he's cutting his knee over the hip, right into the mount. That was amazing. Kevin pushes his foot in between the legs, so it's a three-quarter mount right now. This pressure from Diego Pato is relentless.
Absolutely, and it's the grip on the lapel with that underhook that's really securing it in place. And every time he tries to go to mount, good job by Kevin Carrasco, but it's very difficult to do this for a long period of time, and he's going to need to do this enough to where he can get an opportunity if he wants to remain in this fight. He's still not down by that big of a margin. 3 minutes with a big explosion, able to get out of this position. Maybe he could continue to fight. But it is a tough spot.
Diego Pato leading the match by 2 points and 1 advantage. 2 minutes and 45 seconds left. This is a light featherweight quarterfinal here at the 2024 Pan Jiu-Jitsu Championships. Diego Pato coming into this bracket as the #1 seed. Has won this event back in 2021. Looking for his second Pan title as a black belt.
Continuing to put the pressure forward. And this is cooking Kevin Carrasco as well. Time is not on his side. He needs to continue to fight very hard to get out of this position. Do whatever he can to get that underhook back. You see him being a little more urgent now as his corner, Cashinho, calls for him to go. And this is a good start. This left hand on the knee with the butterfly hook. If he's able to elevate and get his guard back. But Diego Pато notices that, passes to the side, ends up in side control.
Beautiful leg work to clear those hooks. Pass to the side, and that'll earn Diego Pато 3 more points.
And that's the benefit of not relenting with the pressure. You continue to persevere and put pressure on your opponent, create more openings, one after the other, and it's very tiring to stop the pressure that Diego Pato is putting forward.
Yeah, that pressure over time, I think that's what you were talking about earlier and alluding to, just becomes very difficult for the guard player, the bottom player, to bear that pressure and keep a good guard structure over the duration of the match.
Diego Pato continues to figure out the different ways that Kevin Carrasco is going to defend as well, because he's keeping him in a controlled environment. He's trying to pass the guard different ways, maybe even trying to pass the guard the same way over and over, and he begins to learn what Kevin is going to do to defend and the different defenses he's going to put up, and then he can deal with them at the instruction of Guy Mendez and just utilizing that experience that he has.
Pato in a really good position to get the submission now. Has the lapel fed around the neck. Stepping over the head with his left leg.
That is a tight squeeze. Doesn't look like it's quite underneath the chin. But a tight squeeze nonetheless.
Now he's adjusting it. Kevin grabbing that lapel with his left arm.
Trying to pull it over the neckline.
Just 5 seconds left. And Diego Pато will move on to the lightweight semifinal here at the 2024 Pans. Great match from start to finish.
And you know, a great performance by Kevin Carrasco as well. He was able to mitigate a lot of the pressure in the positions that Diego Pато was putting him in. One wrong move and the score could have been ramped up a whole lot more than it was, but he kept high integrity in his guard. Was able to stave off a lot of the different offensive options of Diego Pато, but you're right, Danny, all around a very dominant performance, all things considered, by Diego Pато.
Let's take a look at a replay, see some of the highlights from this match. Two-time world champion Diego Pато, #1 seed in this bracket. Starts it out with a sweep, comes up on top. Good scramble there by Kevin Carrasco to avoid the guard pass, but it was Diego Pato's relentless pressure that was the story of this match. Gets to the side mount. Nearly gets the submission with the lapel at the end of the match, but Kevin Carrasco defended well. But it's Diego Pато who's moving on.
And we're moving on. This is Jordan Weissman here on the mat in the blue gi, representing Art of Jiu-Jitsu Academy, Danny.
Jordan Weissman in a good passing position now. Guy Mendez has been busy so far this morning. He had Taliesin Suarez, Diego Pато, now Jordan Weissman.
Yeah, I don't think he's got up from that chair in 3 or 4 matches. Remaining tight, keeping that head pressed firmly against the hip is Jordan Weissman. Michael Mell of Vicenci Jr. team in the white gi.
Jordan staying really low, trying to put some pressure on Michael. Looks like he's taking a similar strategy to his teammate Diego Pато.
Michael being very intelligent with this right leg. He has a lasso with his left, and this right leg staying up on the hip is going to help him stave off the pressure. Perhaps overextended himself a little bit there, though. Jordan getting a little tighter. Michael Mel tried to bring his foot underneath to be able to elevate Jordan, but he wasn't in the best position to do so.
Michael underhooking the leg with the De La Riva. Cross grip on the pants. Jordan doing a good job pushing down on that foot, making it difficult to use the De La Riva to off balance or elevate him.
Jordan's going to continue to try to put this pressure down, but I noticed that every time Michael Mel pushes back against him, he almost lets him so he can pass around to the side a little bit. He puts so much pressure that it becomes uncomfortable for the bottom competitor, and as the bottom competitor pushes to get him away, he tries to force an opportunity to the outside. We saw it again right there. Now circling out that lasso. So far, great guard.
Michael Mel trying to use the lasso and these sleeve grips to keep some distance from Jordan, but Jordan just pressuring into him this whole match, Jake.
Yeah, as we talked about it last match, Danny, the Diego Pато match, the pressure over time is so difficult to deal with, and 10 minutes is a long fight, especially when you've already done other 10-minute fights on the weekend potentially, and you're set to do more 10-minute fights potentially. This is not just a super fight. This is an entire tournament of the world's elite when it comes to black belt competition. It's a very difficult tournament.
And even though this is the light featherweight division, these guys are only 141 pounds in the gi. They can generate a lot of pressure. They know exactly where to put their weight. And you're seeing it now with Jordan Weissman nearly passing the guard, gets an advantage. Jordan now getting into the half guard position. Really solid place to pass from here. I've seen a lot of competitors pass directly to a 3/4 mount and then get to the mount from half guard this week, Jake.
It's a position usually happens as a result of the bottom person really trying hard to prevent the 4 points. And Jordan, in that last situation, he forced the back based off the pressure of his own pass and almost allowed Michael Mel to get back that position so he could remain tight and now find himself in the tightest position he's found all match, half guard.
Jordan now trying to free that right knee. Working on his head position. And he's trying to turn Michael around.
Very intelligent. He knew that if he continues to go for a more, I would say, loose movement, or if he really tries to push forward and potentially causes a scramble off of this guard pass, He wants to make sure that the action is going to direct toward the center of the mat. Doesn't want it to go out of bounds. Two minutes, 30 seconds. Jordan Weissman up by 3 advantages. Score still officially 0-0.
Jordan was in a pretty solid passing position. Michael was able to create some space, get his knees back in front of Jordan. That flat half guard is a dangerous place to be on bottom.
Yeah. Kudos to Michael Mell and his guard retention capability to be able to get out of that situation. Now he finds himself in another precarious spot. Double under for Jordan Weissman. This is a difficult pass to stop. He's got to continue to do exactly what he's doing right now. Get his back rounded the opposite direction so he can keep his legs heavy. Try to fight for the opportunity to bring his legs inside. Minute 30 seconds. So far, Michael Mell has had a very hard time generating any offense on Jordan Weissman, but if there's any time to let the guns fire, with 1 minute left, and still a sweep wins him the match.
Jordan in probably one of his best positions of the match so far. Working on this folding pass, keeping his head low, pummels his legs to the outside.
Forces the turtle again. It's going to be another advantage.
Jordan framing on that leg. Gets past the guard, and that'll be 3 points for AOJ's Jordan Weissman.
Referee calls back that advantage and deduces that that was indeed enough for 3 points, and that is going to seal the deal for Jordan Weissman moving on to the next round. A great defensive effort by Michael Mell for the duration of this quarterfinal match, but right there at the end does give up a concrete 3 points.
And it's more of that pressure over time. It was pressure for most of the match, and within the last 30 seconds, Jordan gets the pass.
That's going to take us into our next match, Danny, where we have one man who's on a short list of American black belt IBJJF World Gi champions, Isaac Deuterling. What can you tell us about Isaac Deuterling, Danny?
Isaac won the Worlds in 2022, also a 2-time Brasileiro champion, won the Europeans back in 2020, started his Pans campaign out with a submission victory in the qualifier over Eduardo Dudu Granzotto, got his signature footlock submission. Isaac has one of the best straight footlocks in jiu-jitsu, and he's used that to win many major titles. So we've also got Pedro Diaz and Malachi Edmond going on right now. They are on mat 4. Right now, they both look like they're stuck in a 50-50-esque position. No score so far in that one. But we are going to stay here on mat 9 for Isaac Doederlein and Gabriel Amorim. Isaac, the #1 seed in this featherweight division, Jake. But this featherweight division was absolutely stacked. We still got Kenny Maciel, Alex Sodre, Diego Sodre, Fabrizio Андрея, Ademir Barreto still alive in this bracket.
Man, that is a who's who. It's a murderer's row, Danny. It's an absolutely stacked division.
So our referee is going to come out to the center of the mat, and this one will be underway shortly. Isaac Doederlein in the blue gi representing Alliance International. Gabriel Amorim in the white gi representing Six Blades. Isaac looked like he was going to shoot in, uses that connection to pull guard.
And very impressive how quickly he was able to make that happen. Amorim immediately putting the pressure forward.
This is a featherweight quarterfinal here at the 2024 Pans. Gabriel trying to pressure into Isaac's guard.
Amorim keeping his legs behind him, perhaps not wanting Isaac Doederlein to have an opportunity in the single leg X position.
Isaac really dangerous from the De La Riva. So I think this posture has to do with the fact he doesn't want Isaac to get his De La Riva hook and start setting up his offense from there. I think a lot of his footlock attacks come from that position. He has many setups, but those are some of the ones he uses quite often.
Still remaining patient, keeping this sort of double lasso. I guess one single side lasso, but keeping that left knee on the neck.
Isaac trying to free that left foot. Goes to the lasso. Back to the De La Riva. Isaac also has a really good collar sleeve guard. Now trying to break the balance. Oh, beautiful position by Isaac Doederlein.
Looking for the arm bar.
Right into the arm.
Will he get it?
Tight, gets the submission. Isaac Doederlein. Beautiful overhead sweep right into the arm bar. That was incredible, Jake.
Through the submission the moment he saw the opportunity. And the IBJJF black belt world champion Isaac Doederlein punches his ticket to the next round. The first submission we've seen in this featherweight division, Danny.
2 fights, 2 submissions for Isaac so far here at the 2024 Pans. Looking for his first Pan title as a black belt. It's the only major gi championship title he hasn't won. And he looks motivated to win that first Pan title.
Motivated and confident. Isaac Doederlein.
Wow, let's take a look at that replay.
So here is a still image. But that man right there, Isaac Doederlein, comes out, immediately pulls guard, and was forced to be in sort of a patient situation, Danny.
And it was
the moment he finds this sweep,
grips.
Throws his knee over the top, finds the arm bar.
Wow, that was amazing.
He sends us into the next round. We are moving right along.
We're going to head on over to mat 4, where Pedro Diaz and Malachi Edmond are nearly 4 minutes into their light featherweight quarterfinal. Malachi is in the white gi, representing Team Lloyd Irvin. Pedro in the blue gi, representing Carlson Gracie team.
So far, we have heard from where we're sitting some of the hysteria happening in this match. Going out of bounds, going into the metal railings. A couple dynamic competitors.
We are actually going to hop back over to mat 9, where we have a rematch of the 2024 European Featherweight Final. Kennedy Maciel taking on Alex Sodre. Kennedy won the Europeans, defeating Alex. The score was 2-2, but Kennedy had one advantage. So very close match. And had a very exciting ending too, where Alex was almost able to come back.
You talked a little bit yesterday, Danny, about how you feel Kennedy Maciel and how a lot of people feel that he is in the best moment of his career, as we are able to perceive.
Yeah, Kennedy had to overcome some difficulties with some injuries. 2023, near the end of the year, made his return. Competed at the No-Gi Worlds. Unfortunately, didn't get the gold medal, but came back to the Europeans in 2024 and looked absolutely outstanding. Beat Alex Sodre and Diego Sodre on his run to gold. Two of the best featherweights on the planet. Kennedy got the submission in his first match yesterday against João Mendes. Alex Sodre also had a beautiful armbar from the knee cup position. That was one we were talking about quite a bit yesterday, Jake. Stepped over the leg, jumped right into an armbar from top.
Something that I still need to go back and look at the replay of so I can learn how to do it.
Yeah, it's one he did back at the 2022 Pans when he took gold at that event.
Finds himself back in the single leg X position, has that sleeve control, feeding it to his left hand now. Kennedy definitely did not want that grip. He yanked that grip back. Man, he needs to be careful. This could be a very tight footlock position.
Good position here for Alex Sodre. Now trying to stand up, and he's going to get the sweep. Alex Sodre on top, 2 points. Another thing we talked about yesterday, Jake, was Kennedy's ability to get up on single legs from bottom position. Really good at that. See if he tries to use that against Alex.
Yeah, we'll see if he does that. Yesterday he did a great job making that happen and then immediately turning it into a victory for himself. Malachi Edmond and Pedro Diaz on the other mat. You might have seen it in the background. Just absolutely took out those side railings, or those side sponsor banners. Now double sleeves for Kennedy Maciel.
In Kennedy's corner, his dad, Cobrinha, IBJJF Hall of Famer. And Alex has Professor Rodrigo Feijão in his corner, longtime coach. Kennedy using that grip with his right hand to try to break Alex's posture. Looks like such a strong grip. The lasso with his left leg. Now Kennedy switching to the sleeve. Now Kennedy sitting up. This is where he's really good at coming up on these single legs, switching his sleeve grip to his right hand, trying to break Alex's posture. Alex controlling that left leg of Kennedy, trying to make it more difficult for him to retract that leg and come up to a standing position.
We're going to take a look at some of the action from that other mat just down here. A little look at perhaps the situation that happened earlier. Going right over Malachi, clearing the banner. Pedro Diaz going through it. But Kennedy Maciel earlier, Danny, now they're out of the position, but if you notice, Alex Sodre, the way that he was avoiding getting in the single leg situation was he was lifting the leg of Kennedy Maciel off the mat. It's a very important, fundamental concept for defending a single leg, and now Kennedy finds himself on top. But if you are getting put in a single leg situation where someone is trying to wrestle up on you, lifting up one of their legs off of the ground will make it much more difficult for them to get up on that single leg.
Wasn't a single leg, but Kennedy was able to come up on top, score the 2 points, take the lead in this match. Got his advantage from coming up from a double guard pull at the start of the match.
Just 4 minutes, 43 seconds left in this one advantage lead for Kennedy Maciel.
Alex underneath the leg of Kennedy Maciel. See Kennedy trying to retract his foot. There he goes. Walks to the side. Switches his right grip to the cross pant grip. He's going to walk to his left.
Very good recovery by Sodre. Kennedy really picking up the pace here.
Three minutes and 30 seconds left. This is the quarterfinals of the featherweight division here at the 2024 Pans. Kennedy Maciel currently leading Alex Sodre by just one advantage. Winner of this match will go on to take on Isaac Doederlein.
This is a stacked division. We've said it once, but as it continues to go from semifinal to final, quarterfinal to semifinal to final, it is just showing how deep the level is. It's crazy to think that it's either Alex Sodre or Kennedy Maciel will leave without a medal at the Pans.
Alex has Kennedy's lapel fed under his left leg.
This can be a very strong position to sweep from.
Let's go with that. Coming up on the 2-minute mark now. Alex won the Pans back in 2022. Kennedy looking for his first Pan title.
Trying to tilt sweep Kennedy Maciel.
Kennedy now underhooking that leg. Oh, Alex looked like he was trying to go for a triangle for a moment there.
Yeah, that could have been dangerous. 1 minute, 20 seconds. Only a 1 advantage lead for Kennedy Maciel. Needs to be careful to continue to come forward and not get called for stalling here.
And just like their final at the Europeans, I think this match is going to come down to the wire.
These are two of the most technical featherweights in the entire world. Kennedy trying to stiff arm that bottom leg, continue to pass that left side.
Yeah, using that cross pant grip. Difficult guard to sweep your opponent from when the person on top has that grip. Now we're in a different position. We're gonna see some explosive action here in the last 30 seconds. Alex underneath Kennedy's leg, trying to sweep, comes up on top.
Oh my goodness!
Can he keep Kennedy down?
Alex Sodre gets the sweep in the
Kennedy's
last.
Scrambling.
And now that is definitely going to net an advantage for Alex Sodre. He might still be able to get the sweep right.
Puts Kennedy down.
Right in front of us.
Did go out of bounds. 6 seconds left.
Now this is very interesting now, Danny.
All tied up, 2 points and 1 advantage apiece. Alex put Kennedy down pretty hard near the edge of the mat. Kennedy tries to shoot, goes for that foot sweep. And this one is going to go to ref's decision, Jake.
All comes down to what the judges deliberate. Will it be Kennedy Maciel or Alex Sodre?
And it's Kennedy Maciel who's going to advance here at the 2024 Pans.
Alex Sodre displeased with the decision. Had a great moment at the end of the match, Danny, but looking at the entire match, it wasn't clear-cut. It was a very tight battle. Kennedy got the sweep early on and was mainly in the driver's seat in terms of passing attempts for a majority of the match. Sodre, of course, had a big opportunity there at the end. Great effort.
Take a look at a replay.
So this looks like the very last situation, but right here, that beginning sweep for Alex Sodre. Kennedy would make the score back.
This
and
was
right
that
here,
final sequence where Alex was trying to put Kennedy down. The ability for Kennedy to scramble and avoid those 2 points was pretty amazing. Alex puts him down hard here. Ref's decision goes to Kennedy Maciel. He is in the featherweight semifinal. We're going to cut to a quick break. We'll be right back with some more action from the 2024 IBJJF Pans. We are back at the 2024 IBJJF Pan Jiu-Jitsu Championships. We're going to head over to mat 4, where we've got 2021 World Champion Fabricio Andreya on the mat. He's taking on Florian Bayili. Fabrizio of Alliance, Florian of Dream Art. Fabrizio had an amazing match yesterday to get to this quarterfinal. Nearly had an armbar, ended up finishing with a choke from the back. Now he's trying to get another submission here at the Pans.
Finds himself in a great spot. 5 minutes to work, feeding that lapel.
Fabrizio, always one of the most exciting competitors to watch. Showed that yesterday, and shows that every time he steps on the mat.
On or off the mat, this is one of the most dynamic men in jiu-jitsu. Has a bright personality, and it really shines forth in the way that he approaches the game. So explosive, so unpredictable in a lot of ways as well.
Fabrizio trying to work his way, looks like, to the mount.
Just inching his way forward, looking for the opportunity to score 4 more points. Oh, looking to sneak to the back. If you see, he tried to throw his right foot underneath the body of Bayili.
Good work by Florian to recover. Fabrizio gets another advantage. Florian controlling Fabrizio's lapel with his left hand. Now he lets go. Fabrizio tries to jump. Looked like he could have been trying to go for a triangle. Do not want to blink when Fabrizio Andreya is on the mat.
What we saw yesterday was any small opportunity, and he's able to dart to the side or pass through, get a deep underhook. It's just, nothing feels safe grappling with Fabrizio Andreya.
Three minutes, 21 seconds left. Featherweight quarterfinal. We're at the 2024 Pan Jiu-Jitsu Championships in Kissimmee, Florida. Fabrizio Andreya started his campaign here at the Pans with a beautiful submission victory yesterday.
Bayili trying to utilize his lapel guard.
Fabricio's not trying to go around it, he's trying to knee cut right through it.
Having this deep underhook is a good way to not only mitigate this lapel guard, but at the end of the day, he can stay here continuing to try to pass for 2 minutes and 40 seconds, and Bayili's gonna have to let go and engage in a different way, and that's gonna open up the pass for Fabrizio Andreya. So a very smart move considering the time that he has left. Now, if there was 8 minutes left, throwing this underhook could take a very long time to pass the guard because the lapel is so hard to break in terms of the grip. But being in this position, continuing to try to knee cut, it's Bayili who's sort of has the burden of either holding on or letting go. And Fabrizio is just inching forward, making the pressure tighter and tighter.
Fabrizio keeping his head low, keeping his right knee on the mat. We're going to take a look at a replay from mat 9, where Leonardo Saggioro got the submission over Young Sung Cho. Saggioro, the rear naked choke finish. Squeezes, gets the tap. He'll advance in the lightweight division.
He's been having an amazing tournament.
Absolutely. I believe he got a submission yesterday as well.
Now trying to tilt sweep Fabrizio. Could potentially get up on this. That's going to be 2 points. Not a lot of time to work from this position, though, for Bailey.
Fabrizio trying to tilt him right back. But just 35 seconds left in this featherweight quarterfinal.
Fabrizio Andreia perhaps having a calf cramp. He has punched his calf twice. The things you notice.
Winner of this match is going to take on the winner of Diego Sodre and Ademir Barreto in one of 2 featherweight semifinals. And that'll do it here on mat 4. Fabrizio Andreia is going to get the win over Florian Bailey.
And it does look like there was something perhaps happening with Fabrizio Andreia's leg. It's hard to see from this angle.
Does look like it could be his knee or his calf, Jake, like you were mentioning.
Only reason I thought it was his calf is because it looked like he had punched his leg twice. Like he punched his calf twice, but it could be also that he was pointing to his knee.
So we'll take a look at a replay. That was the end of the match. But we are going to switch back over to mat 9. We've got Natan Chuang and Rolando Sampson on mat 9. Rolando making his lightweight debut as a black belt. Looked phenomenal yesterday, 2 wins. Taking on the always tough Natan Chuang, European and Brasileiro silver medalist in 2023.
Yeah, one thing we talked about yesterday about Rolando Sampson, Danny, was to keep an eye out on was how he dealt with this new weight, right? Both physically and experientially. What was it going to be like for Rolando, who has competed typically at middleweight? What's it going to be like for him to come down to lightweight? And he has looked great. It looks like he's done the weight, I wouldn't even call it a weight cut, but he has now regulated his weight for this weight division, and he looks honestly strong, and he looks in good shape for it.
Yeah, we got to catch up with him earlier in the week. This was a couple days before he competed. He was already on weight, looking great, looking healthy. I think this is going to be a weight class we're going to see him compete in more often.
Orlando's teammate, Cade Ruotolo, had a match with Natan Chuang. The IBJJF Grand Prix, February 29th. So perhaps some notes being shared amongst teammates in preparation for this quarterfinal.
He's got a really good bite on that left leg of Natan. We'll see if he's able to come up and turn this into a sweep. Natan frees his leg back into a more neutral position.
Rolando, who's been able to make that lumberjack sweep happen on a couple different occasions. I'd like to see him with his left hand whenever he's underhooking with his right. Maybe his left hand secure the left hand of Natan Chuang, because then when he takes him over, Natan won't have a hand to post on. He can land even in mount that way.
Now going for it on the other side.
You see him try to look for that sleeve, Natan pulling it back. It's still a great way to pull somebody back down into the guard.
Andre Galvao in the corner of Rolando Sampson. Sebastian Rodriguez in the corner of Natan Chuang. Rolando controlling the left lapel of Natan Chuang and the right pant leg. We have IBJJF Hall of Famer Andre Galvao on the bottom right corner of your screen, coaching Rolando Sampson. And like you mentioned, Jake, Rolando's teammate, Cade Ruotolo, faced Natan less than a month ago. Professor Andre was there coaching him, so I'm sure he took some notes during that match as well.
Of course, I don't think Rolando is going to approach the match the same way as Cade Ruotolo, but
very true.
Perhaps a little more by the book, Rolando Sampson. But great job getting to the single leg X position. Now back in the open.
Rolando looking like he wants to sit up into a single leg or a double leg, but he'll stay seated for the moment.
Keeping his right foot behind him in the event that he's able to snag a leg. Pulling into the guard again and lifting over the top.
Beautiful sweep by Rolando Sampson. 2 points. Seen a couple of those sweeps so far today. Isaac Dodeline hit the first one, now Rolando Sampson. Different grips, but same style of sweep over the head.
And now Rolando in a passing position. The Atos competitors do very well. Natan trying to return the favor. Rolando agile on his feet.
Both competitors are looking for their first major black belt gi title. Oh, good sweep by Natan.
Returns the favor. Now it's 2-2, 4 minutes, 24 seconds left.
Nice sweep to the side, controlling the arm of Rolando, preventing that post. Tilts him, comes up, and evens this match at 2 points. Rolando looking for that ankle pick. This is where he set up his sweep from last time.
Yeah, Rolando's done that on a number of occasions. Pulling in almost on his knees and then very briefly standing up so he can jump guard.
Rolando now 2-on-1 on Natan's right arm. Trying to break the posture, drag that arm across his body. There he goes, trying to get a better angle. Back into this lumberjack style sweep. Two minutes and 30 seconds left. This is the lightweight quarterfinal here at the 2024 Pans. Rolando Sampson and Natan Chuang all tied up at 2 points apiece.
And unlike the Kennedy Maciel match, not a lot of activity on one side that's really going to swing into the favor of either competitor. With 2 minutes left, I think both of these competitors are going to have to open up a little bit more to put it in the judges' minds in the event of a tie that they are the victor. Coming down to a ref's decision, one of the most stressful things an athlete can do.
Rolando right back to these grips. We saw him use it earlier, the lapel grip and the grip on the pants. Natan breaks free.
And that kind of passing right there is a good way to do it if you're Natan Chuang. Just continue to be bold and aggressive moving forward. See if Rolando can create another over-the-top sweep here. 1 minute, 30 seconds.
He set it up from a similar position. He jumped into a guard pull, or jumped into a De La Riva guard, and then lifted right away. And he's got those same grips with the De La Riva hook. You can see Natan sitting back. Now Rolando might turn this into a single leg.
Good awareness by Rolando to bring his legs up, but this could potentially have been a good position for Natan. He's got the lapel wrapped up in the foot. "55 seconds.
.30 seconds left now. This looks like it's going to be another match that comes down to the wire. Rolando trying to sit up. Natan keeping his hips back. Now Rolando trying to sit up, go for a takedown. Stand up, excuse me. And this match is going to go down to a referee's decision.
Natan Chuang certain that he has done enough. Will Rolando Sampson's lightweight dream here at the Pans continue?
Got our referees in the bottom right corner of your screen. And this one will go to Natan Chuang. 2 of the 3 referees believe that he won the match, and he'll move on to the lightweight semifinal here at the 2024 Pans.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching on the YouTube stream, that is it for our live preview. Head on over to flowgrappling.com and subscribe to catch the rest of the 2024 Pan Jiu-Jitsu IBJJF Championship. My name is Jake Watson, joined by Danny O'Donnell. We're going to continue the action at flowgrappling.com.
We've got a roosterweight semifinal coming up next on mat 9. #1 seed in the bracket, 2022 world champion Talison Suarez is going to be taking on Mateus Azencott of Aries Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Talison had his first match of the event not too long ago, earlier today. got the win via points. And now he takes on the Aries representative.
2 points again for Taliesin Suarez. We saw him utilize that in his quarterfinal match as well. It's a low single in response to the immediate guard pull.
Bit of a new wrinkle to Taliesin Suarez's game. Very cool to see him use it twice so far here at the Pans.
Oh
now
my
he's
goodness,
already into
passing to the side immediately. No time to waste. And a double knee bar attempt, it looks like. Dagestani wrestlers are somewhere smiling right now.
Keeping the switching sides. Wow. Passing has looked on point so far in this match.
Impressive.
Mateus doing everything he can to keep his hips off the mat and push on Taliesin. And that's going to be 3 points. Taliesin Suarez takes a 5-point lead in this cruiserweight semifinal over Mateus Azencott. Mateus trying to stay on his side.
Now opting for the crossface. Taliesin Suarez trying to flatten out Mateus Azencott.
Taliesin controlling the hip. Getting that deep grip with his left hand. Trying to put more crossface pressure. And he looks like he is going to pass the guard again. I can't quite tell if his foot's free. There it is.
Another.
3 more points for Taliesin Suarez.
Just a passing clinic being put on display here by the Art of Jiu-Jitsu representative. Now a grip on the hip, looking to potentially turn this into a knee on belly. He's in a great spot to do it with that head control. Referee keeping a close eye on that right hand grip of Taliesin Suarez. That's going to be knee on belly. 2 more points.
Taliesin using that lapel to trap Mateus' arm.